Mayor Kim Norton joining me to talk about the vote that happened last night and the reaction that has followed. Mayor Norton, I can't imagine that you're too terribly surprised. Any vote that is taken is going to come with supporters and those who are against it. Tell me the feedback that you've received today.
Yes, we certainly knew this was a topic that had people with very strong feelings for masks, very strong feelings against masks. But as a leader and a decision maker, I think all of us that voted yes weighed public health and keeping our economy open as the priorities here. And so, yes, I've received an email or two. Certainly people have been pretty brutal on social media, those that don't approve. But I have to say, I've had an equal number of really supportive communications as well, from people who are worried, from people with health conditions, from people who really don't want to catch COVID-19, but do want to be out in the community and don't feel safe without masks. So, it's been mixed.
One of the people who wrote to you also forwarded that email to us. Her name is Kathy. The question being that with COVID case numbers being increasing, of course they are because people are returning to life and testing has gone up, that no one seems to be panicking about that except for those, and this is her words, except for those who want to keep businesses and citizens on a leash. That is a strong accusation, and I did want to get your reaction to that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate people use that language. No one wants to keep anyone on a leash. We want our community open and vibrant. And I can tell you from posts that I saw online over the last week, phone calls I received in my office, there are patients coming to Mayo Clinic. There are citizens that live in this community who have constantly been contacting me saying, this isn't a safe place. I don't feel safe here. The businesses, people aren't masking. The businesses aren't doing a good enough job. I hear this constantly. And when it starts, affecting the economy as well as people's health, it was twofold. I've been looking at it primarily from a healthcare perspective, waiting for numbers to go up, and of course they were. So I was concerned, and though we have hospital beds and ICU beds, ultimately, as I saw what was happening around the country and the effect on the economy, I thought to myself, why are we waiting for the disaster? Why don't we get ahead of it? And it's a simple thing. Putting a mask on, it doesn't hurt. It's very simple. We provided a number of exceptions for people with, particular issues, so that we weren't overburdening anyone. And I just think the reaction has been really unfortunate and overblown.
What about those who say they simply cannot for their own health, that it is a detriment to them? I guess people are asking what the consequences will be.
Well, I think people need to not cheat the system. If in fact they have a health concern that would keep them from being able to wear a mask, we have put that exception in. In fact, there were 10 exceptions that were put in place. And I'm not going to read them all to you, but children under 2, people with a disability that would affect their ability to, to read lips if they need someone to take a mask off to do lip reading. If someone has a health condition that makes it difficult to breathe. Those are legitimate concerns, and of course we exempted them. But that doesn't mean everybody should try to game the system, because then we're not providing the safety and security for those people who now are going to come out in the public. And I will tell you, I heard from a lot of people, and I don't know if it's true or not, I have to take them at their word, I guess, who said, I have asthma. I can't wear a mask, it's hard to breathe. If you have asthma and you're out where people aren't masked, you are at very high risk. You are one of the high risk categories. So you shouldn't be out where people aren't masked. And I get that you can't wear a mask, but if everyone around you has one, you have a better chance of not catching COVID-19, and that's the goal.
How do we enforce this then, Mayor, and what are going to be the consequences?
Well, my hope is we won't have to have consequences. As I've said from the very beginning, this isn't about being punitive. This is about trying to protect the community and keep our economy flowing. So my hope is that most people will comply. A lot of threats out there, which is really disappointing to see. It's just a mask.
For you to take the time and talk to me about this. I know it has not been an easy issue for you to take on personally as well, and you have received a lot of reaction, so thank you for your time.